So in my off time, I've been rereading JJK for the first time all the way through the manga, and I just finished Young Fish and Reverse Punishment, aka the Junpei arc, with Mahito versus Nanami and Yuji as well. Didn't expect to see a callback to that arc while reading this action-packed chapter, and this was indeed one hell of a chapter for our main character, Yuji freaking Itadori. First things first, we gotta go over Angel and Hana and what exactly happened to them. Well, Sukuna, being the menace that he is, rips off one of Hana's wings as he just pretty much bear hugs her to death dang near, proclaims she and Angel are humans through and through, and after all, Hana should have never really underestimated the King of Curses, stated early in JJK episode 3 for anime folk and chapter 5 in the manga. Curses that are cunning are more dangerous than the others, and often sprouts the ruthless choice of life and death. Sukuna then throws Hana through the guard railing, and she falls, what I'm guessing, shit, at least 20 stories high. Now, part of me looked at this and thought, okay, there's a big chance she's alive still, but with one wing left and Hana's face looking as bruised as it was, and the splat sound that it made, the likelihood is looking pretty low. Now, I know recently with these deaths, we kind of been 50-50 on if they're alive or not. This one, really, she could come back. And with the importance of Gojo needing to be freed, there's also the Takaba effect that it might work. I'm not really sure. I wouldn't be surprised if she did come back. I'm just hoping I don't have to see anything regarding gay and women on the timeline anytime soon. Just gonna edit this in here right quick. Angel is more than likely alive too, because Sukuna actually did not get any points from potentially killing her or beating her down from the Kogane. Also, the Kogane didn't announce that she was dead. So yeah, now that I really think about it, she's more than likely alive. What I am going to bank on is that Angel took over the body kind of mid-death. So I'm expecting her to pop back up later in a couple chapters. Cut into my boy Yuji, who's seen Hana's body splat to the ground. I knew what was about to happen because Yuji's reaction was very reminiscent of his reaction to Junpei's death via Mahito. A lot of people, including myself, doubted Yuji was going to get up so soon because of how impactful that blow from Sukuna was. Hell, even Sukuna was shocked a bit to see him get up. But clearly, when it comes to durability, we need to stop doing that because Yuji jumps up to Sukuna so hard, breaking the roof under him, rages and wants to unleash all the hell he's been through upon Sukuna in an epic rage panel. This is an all-timer for me when it comes to favorite Jujutsu Kaisen panels. They both crash through the top of the bridge, and Yuji grabs a chunk of, looks like a broken piece of the bridge, launches it at Sukuna, then flanks him with the street sign, goes in with a swing, misses, Sukuna counters with a spinning back kick. I gotta love these chaotic sequences that are choreographed really well. And we got a lot of these in the Culling Games arc. This panel is one of the most important in this chapter. Sukuna saying, "That damn Kenjaku shirt is twisted." This is the first time Sukuna has ever mentioned Kenjaku's name or acknowledged him in general. A part of me wants to believe this foreshadowing, or at least is a clue that maybe Yuji is, after all, a cursed wound. But later in the chapter, that might not be the case, but we'll hold out a little bit on that. Yuji's shout of "why can't you all live normally? Why must you cause suffering?" feels like one of those emotional bursts of dialogue that you somewhat know the answer to, but you just hate the way things are now and what comes of that. He's not looking for the good in curses, but more so, what made curses want to cause suffering to humans so badly? And Sukuna retorts, "To me, why are you all so weak? Why do weaklings cling to life so fiercely? How can a creature that falls apart at a touch say that it wants to be happy?" Amazing dialogue and a bit of a look into the philosophy of Sukuna towards weak people and why he just hates them so much. It's a little bit of a contrast to Gojo, how Gojo isn't a fan of the weak, but he also doesn't belittle them or kind of view them as an insect or a waste of time, because Gojo at the end of the day is going to protect people weaker than him. Then with "your suffering is natural, you people are meant to be chewed up," it came off as kind of a food chain reference, if I could really put that the best way I can, as if regular sorcerers to him are so weak and pitiful. Why would I not wreak havoc on them, and anyone who I deem interesting, I will conquer them anyway. At the end of the day, it just feels like this is the instinct of a curse that Sukuna is just imbuing in his personality. And like I said in the beginning, there was a callback to the Junpei arc of Yuji just saying, right, these guys are and will always be curses. It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
In this panel of Yuji telling Sukuna, "Let's see if you can chew up my suffering," as Yuji marches towards Sukuna, getting slashed repeatedly all over the body with Sukuna's cleave. That is such a raw and badass panel. A double spread that is going to be one to remember. Recently, Gege has really been snapping with the double spreads, man. He has not missed at all when it comes to utilizing his spreads. And Sukuna thinks it's Yuji's durability, but instead he's noticing his curse energy output is falling. And that's because Megumi is fighting from inside Sukuna, trying to revitalize his soul. This is definitely an epic chapter from start to finish. It actually was really quick how fast it flew by. But with the Angel stuff going on, I'm honestly, to be honest, I'm not really that, worried about Angel like that. If she comes back, oh well. But my boy Yuji, our MC, our guy who has been slandered from time to time, who we talking about these new gen MCs, they're not that good when they can't even understand Yuji's character. But let me not get into all that. But regardless, this is really interesting, mainly for me. Not obviously the fight was as what we expected. I mean, this is kind of just the norm of JJK fights. Sukuna and Yuji, just the fact that Yuji's actually fighting Sukuna and not just getting one-shotted like he did the one time or just getting tossed to the side. He's actually standing foot with Sukuna. Now granted, that is because of Megumi fighting back, and I knew we were going to get it, but it seems like we're going to have to see it next chapter of Megumi inside Sukuna's innate domain. And I guess they're going to have to maybe make a deal with themselves or maybe fight back. This one's going to be really interesting because this is complete opposite of how it was when Yuji and Sukuna first met and Sukuna made that bonding vow. So this one's going to be a lot different in contrast. And with Sukuna mentioning it more than once, how Yuji's durability is just out of this world, and like he should not be fighting back as good as he is. It really feels like they're going to be showing something with Yuji eventually, with what is stated, and then Sukuna referencing Kenjaku. The only thing I can really think of is like a cursed womb situation. Now, Yuji's situation when it comes to a cursed womb could be similar to Choso's, where Choso, over time, we've seen him get SM Ketchisu's techniques in terms of how he uses them. But there was also the Dagon one, where Dagon kind of just forcefully evolved himself into his stronger self. This one, I'm not really sure. It's really tough to call if he's going to have a womb situation, which would make sense because when you think about it, if he's a cursed womb, it would kind of be similar to like the finger bearers, because the finger bearers were regular curses, but they got stronger because they kept storing themselves with Sukuna's fingers. It could be a similar situation as to what happened with Yuji, where over time, some of that energy just leaked into his actual body. Nonetheless, phenomenal chapter from Gege. Let me know in the comment section down below how you felt about what we got this week. Next week, look out, we're going to have a color page and we're going to get the cover of issue number 14 in Jump. That's going to be pretty lit. Leave a like and subscribe. Y'all in the next one. Peace.
How I got my shirts and